Let us get started by talking about the role automation plays in the overall strategy of cloud management. Here's what you should be able to do at the end of this module. Now that IT organizations are moving to software-defined data centers, cloud management is in the phase of highest demand growth. There are several reasons for this demand. Businesses are running at a much faster pace, and they need more agility to keep up with the constant change. These requirements have a major impact on business, development, and IT operations. Not keeping up with the accelerated pace of business has a significantly negative impact. The result is dissatisfaction throughout the organization. To keep up with today's accelerated pace, businesses have new expectations. Among these expectations, businesses are demanding more applications that can create competitive advantages. However, IT organizations must also continue to fulfill their prior responsibilities of running the global infrastructure, and with more control and efficiency. Finally, businesses are expecting greater choice, and they cannot be locked down to a specific hypervisor or a specific public cloud. VMware's Cloud Management Platform, or CMP, delivers the control plane that manages both infrastructure and the cloud. This control plane can be deployed either on-premises in a private cloud or off-premises in a public cloud. This means that the VMware CMP is also effective with non-vSphere workloads. VMware delivers CMP through policy-based automation, operations, and business management capabilities. A comprehensive CMP delivers insights and visibility that is otherwise not possible with point products. The operations component of the platform provides operational insight around performance, health, and compliance of workloads from both structured and unstructured log data. The business component provides financial insight and benchmarking capabilities. Operational and business insight allows IT to make the right decisions with respect to what services to provision and where, on-premise in a private cloud or in the public cloud. Once these decisions are made, automation streamlines and controls the development and delivery of these services. Shared services break down operational silos and provide IT with the ability to leverage insight to improve decisions around IT or business alignment. By automating ordering, deployment, metering, reporting, and offloading simple operational tasks to the line of business, IT can focus on offering new services, implementing demand management, resolving systemic issues, and rebalancing the infrastructure. VMware CMP components make up the VMware vRealize suite, which is available standalone or as part of the VMware vCloud suite. This course focuses on the automation component of the platform, vRealize Automation. VMware CMP enables customers on their journey to the cloud. Highlighted here are the 3 typical use cases that customers undertake on their journey. The vRealize editions correspond directly with these use cases. This course focuses on the 2 primary use cases for automation: Automated IT to Infrastructure as a Service, and DevOps-Ready IT. Let us first talk about automating the delivery of infrastructure services. One of the primary challenges of delivering infrastructure as a service is slow delivery times. Creating infrastructure services is typically a time-consuming manual task. Manual tasks are prone to inconsistencies and errors, which often require rework. Based on customer surveys VMware conducted, we know that the actual work effort to deliver infrastructure services is typically 4 to 6 hours. However, those 4 to 6 hours are spread over days or sometimes even weeks because this effort involves multiple teams, which often operate in silos. vRealize automation dramatically increases the speed of delivering infrastructure for both development and production purposes. Consistent, repeatable services are delivered in minutes. These services are customized through policies to ensure that the right service level is delivered for the job. With vRealize automation, service delivery starts with a blueprint of the service. A blueprint describes the deployment topology of the service, including all the policies and controls that define the full lifecycle management of that resource. An architect develops the blueprint by assembling pre-built, gold standard components from a service catalog. When the blueprint is complete, the architect publishes it so that other architects, managers, and administrators have access to it. After the blueprint is published, a manager or administrator applies entitlement policies to control who has access to the service, what happens at request time, and what a user can do during the ongoing management of the resource. After the service is entitled, it is available in the service catalog to the entitled users. A user logs into the vRealize automation portal, browses through the services, and requests the service. If all of the policy requirements are met, the service is then deployed in the appropriate environment. Once provisioned, the user may have rights to perform basic and day-to-day administrative tasks. For example, if the service is a machine, the user may be able to power off, restart, or create a snapshot of the machine, but only if the user is entitled to do so. vRealize automation administrators have access to reports so that they can monitor and manage provisioned services. Automated monitoring helps administrators identify and reclaim idle and unused machines, and decommission those machines in a timely manner. Consider the advantages of automated service design and delivery with vRealize automation. The service catalog is a personalized collection of reusable application and infrastructure services. Each service in the catalog includes all the policies and controls that define the full life cycle management of that resource, from what happens at request time to what a user can do during the ongoing management of the resource, and finally through decommissioning. Services in the service catalog are abstracted models. They can be deployed anywhere, whether it is a development, test, or production environment, or whether it is a private or a public cloud. vRealize automation also provides the ability to identify and reclaim idle and unused resources. Administrators can run reports to identify underutilized, inactive, and abandoned virtual machines. Idle and unused resources can then be reclaimed after providing one or more reminders to the resource owners. Here is how the basic workflow is typically implemented in an automated IT to infrastructure as a service scenario. A customer contacts IT to request an infrastructure service. IT then uses the service catalog to request services on behalf of the customer and provisions the services in the appropriate environment for the customer to use. Let us look at some of the business and IT outcomes from the actual implementation of vRealize automation for automated IT to infrastructure as a service. Click each customer to learn more. Those who are further along the journey can use vRealize automation for rapid, agile software development. For companies that rely on IT as a competitive weapon, applications are the engine that drives competitive advantage and enables new business opportunities. Nowhere is the pressure of the accelerated pace of doing business felt more than by the application teams. The challenges that we mentioned earlier of manually delivering infrastructure services are compounded with the addition of delivering application services. After the infrastructure has been created, the application team must install, configure, test, and deploy the database, middleware, and application components inside the infrastructure services. Applications are always delivered as part of a release process using, at a minimum, development, test, and production systems. So the challenges are multiplied by the number of systems and by the complexity of the release processes. Also, there is the constant need to apply changes. For example, add a new field to an application, include new functionality, comply with new regulations, fix bugs, and so on. As a result, delivering applications on top of infrastructure services can often take weeks or even months. The power of automation comes into full play in the software delivery cycle. Automation can practically eliminate the wait time associated with manual processes. In a DevOps-Ready IT scenario, IT typically provides direct, self-service access to developers so that they can request, design, and manage both infrastructure and software services. Developers use the unified blueprint capabilities to model not only infrastructure, but also complex multi-tier applications with integrated networking and security. Developers then release their applications to the appropriate environments. vRealize automation provides both API and GUI access to resources. Developers can use the drag-and-drop interface to model blueprints, or they can edit blueprints as code. Because of the embedded policy capabilities, IT can maintain control over the use of resources while providing developers with the access they want. Now, let us look at the business and IT outcomes from the actual implementation of vRealize automation for DevOps-Ready IT. Click each customer to learn more. In 2015, VMware commissioned a study to look at the benefits our customers received from using the vRealize suite for application provisioning and management. The result is the Forrester Total Economic Impact of VMware Automated Application Deployment. This is an objective affirmation of the value of the VMware Cloud Management Platform for the DevOps IT ready use case. If you would like to review the Forrester report, click the Resources tab.